Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Melancholy Chill, and today we're going to talk about why you should be buying cryptocurrency. So this question is actually pretty easy to answer because it's really just two words: interest rates. Um, so the general trend among most countries is to take interest rates down to zero or to negative. And what this means is that the government can lend banks at a 0% interest rate. They don't have to pay them to take out loans. In fact, the banks, when it's a negative interest rate, will be paid to take out loans. And so this makes it really, really easy to take out as much debt as they want. But why does this mean you should buy cryptocurrency? Well, let's hear how Warren Buffett would describe it.
Obviously an interest rate sensitive company, and therefore consequently when rates go up, the company will do very well. Do you think we're ever going to see rates going up again?
Well, what's happened with interest rates is really extraordinary. I mean, you could go back and read everything Keynes wrote and everything Adam Smith wrote or Ricardo wrote or Galbraith wrote or you name it, and Paul Samuelson. I mean, you won't see a word in my view, anything I've ever seen, about sustained negative interest rates. I mean, we are doing something the world hasn't seen. It does have the effect of making all assets more valuable. I mean, interest rates are like gravity in valuations. I mean, if interest rates are nothing, values can be almost infinite. If interest rates are extremely high, that's a huge gravitational pull on values. And we had that in the early 1980s. So we have gone into this period. Well, Berkshire Hathaway is sitting with billions of dollars of euros in an insurance company that we have in Europe, and they will bear a negative rate. I mean, we would be better off if we had a big mattress in Europe that we could stick all this stuff in. And if I could just find the person who I trusted to sleep on the mattress, that's what we would do. If we have $1 billion of euros at minus 35 basis points, that's, three on $1 billion, it would be 3.5 million euros a year that it's costing us just to have that. Well, that means...
Okay, so what he just said was that because of the low interest rates, the cash that companies have on hand is being burned away. Because of the negative interest rates, or the very low interest rates, money has lost its value, essentially, is what he's saying. Because it's so much cheaper to hold any other asset other than fiat currency. The 0% interest rate means that everything that's not fiat currency is infinitely more valuable. So here's an article from Bloomberg Opinion saying money is losing its meaning. And what it says is that the US Federal Reserve will do whatever it takes to save the global economy from the pandemic, and that the government will spend trillions of dollars to create stimulus or to keep the economy alive. It's a necessity for them to do this. To prevent a collapse of our economic system, they have to keep printing money continuously. And so what this means is that the amount of money in existence is gonna exponentially increase. So here is the M2 figure for money supply, the total supply of money in existence. And in 2007, the amount was below $40 trillion in total amount of money in circulation. But as of today, it's over 80 trillion. So in just the last 10 years, we've seen the money supply double, which is about an increase, that's an inflation rate of 10% every year. So even though the Federal Reserve is aiming to hit like a 2% inflation rate, the actual M2 money supply is showing that it's going up about 10% every year. And with the interest rates getting lower, or even being taken negative, this is just going to be amped up even more. So the real inflation rate is going to be even higher than this. And so here's from the federalreserve.gov website. This is the balance sheet. So what the Federal Reserve has been spending their money on has increased dramatically. So the government has been buying up all sorts of assets, because even the government doesn't want to hold their own money. They have to hold other assets to create stimulus. So again, going back to 2008, they only had like 1 trillion worth of assets under management, and then move forward to today and up to 7 trillion. And I don't think this is going to slow down anytime soon, because if they slow down at any point, the economy is just going to crash. Here's the M2 money supply going back to the 1960s. So since 2008, it's gotten drastically crazier. But just going back, this has not been a new trend. This is just the life cycle of fiat currency. It's inevitability that at some point, no fiat currency lasts forever, and that's because it's not a hard money. The ability to print more means that it has a life cycle of existence, right? And so I believe we're nearing the end of that, where it's reaching a parabolic phase where it just grows exponentially and it loses all meaning. So going forward, I'm just saying I want to hold an asset that can't be depreciated and cannot explode and lose all its value in a couple years, right? The inflation rate's only 10% today, which sounds insanely high, but just wait till it's 100%, 200%, right? At that point, holding cash is worthless. Like it's so risky. So this is what I've been trying to say about how holding cash is risky, and I believe that companies like MicroStrategy and Square, so these billion-dollar companies, are starting to hold Bitcoin as a reserve asset instead of cash. So they're replacing all their cash on hand with Bitcoin because they know that holding cash is like burning a hole in their pocket. It's just a waste of their inventory. Like they're losing mountains. This is what Warren Buffett was saying, is that his company is losing millions of dollars every year to inflation. So even though they need cash to make investments, to transact, and for their company to exist, is that by holding it, though, they're losing a lot of money. So in my opinion, I think every company in the future is going to hold Bitcoin and hold as little cash as possible. That's why you should also hold, because you also want money that is worth something in the future, and Bitcoin is that money. It's hard money. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a very nice day, and see you around next time.